me. Today's video is definitely on a flexing mood, if you know what I mean. My name is Tolulope Christified from Lagos, Nigeria. I film on faith, singlehood, and lifestyle. I share tips on how to help you maximize your single life. So if you're new here, hi, you're welcome. Kindly hit the subscribe button and join this flight because we move. So I'm going to be sharing something very fascinating today, something that is very, very much special to me, and that's my content creation journey. So in August 2022, this year, precisely on my birthday, I started out on YouTube creating content, and and before I even continue, I need to go and see my first video. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. Like you really, looking back from then till now, I'm like, no, you really have to go and see that video, all right? And I just kind of, I'm saying it now that I really said so many things, like all that stuff. So I'm going to be sharing, I don't want to necessarily call them struggles, but my challenges so far, experience in a nutshell about my content creation journey so far. And guys, I don't want to say it has been more like a roller coaster, but really it has been, in a nutshell, adventurous. So number one challenge or struggle I really had on this content creation journey is self-criticism. Now, I am very self-critical. I don't know, but in a quest to make things very, very perfect, like seeking perfectionism, right? If that's the right word, or seeking professionalism, which I highlighted in my first video. That's what I say you should. One of the reasons why I say you should go see that video is that, I criticize things I do a lot. And don't get me wrong, this does not mean that I do not appreciate my own work or myself. I love what I'm doing. Like, I love content creation. I'm really passionate about it. That I can say really about myself. I mean, you can provide everything I will be needing, and just leave me in front of a camera. Like, I can stay there the whole day. That's how passionate really I am about content creation. And I kind of have a journal that I have listed so many contents that I will be making if I were to make one video every week all through the year. I mean, on God. But then to an extent, I feel like I can kind of criticize what I think you are thinking about. I mean, wow, what I think you're thinking about. Before you even criticize something I have done, like, I practically would have thought about it. Like, that's how self-critical I can be. Sometimes I literally put out content and I'm like, wow, should you have done that? Why did you do like this? Why did you say this? All manner of things. I'm like, God, I say so many things. I'm just kind of not like me exactly condemning my work, but I'm just seeking that it be very perfect and it be this and that. I have to tell myself, just like I said in my first video, like, you have to punch professionalism in the face, really. Like, it's not every time, because actually what I have seen in this past month is that it's in your showing up consistently now, taking those baby steps, that you really get to attain perfectionism, in quotes. Not in sitting down somewhere and say, okay, yes, you want to get perfect in this thing before you actually start or venture, or you want to actually I mean, it has to be in the consistency first, like practicing or even failing in your attempts, like, but doing it anyway. So that's a kind of been my motivation all along. Like, as much as I don't criticize it, I be like, well, I've posted it. But the good thing I like about this self-criticism is that it really helps me to watch out for the errors that I've made in previous videos and content, and I can see how to improve in my next content. And I think that for me has really been a very major highlight. And you guys blow my mind, because some people were like, okay, if you can do this with very little or very little or quality equipment and all that, how much more if you have something better? And I'm like, God, God, you don't know, you guys don't know how much these things, this comment, this some people in my DMs and all that. Wow, shout out to my WhatsApp family. Actually, they look like my immediate, okay, and Instagram fans, of course my YouTube family is here. Oh, you are the thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all this coming, because they really help me, like they keep me going. So you need to know that even if you have all the equipment that's required and everything you've been needing to create a content, but you still lack the quality content, then it's more like you really do not have anything, because both sides, you know, are, one is helping out for the other. Number 2 is filming J. So in my first video, I shared with you guys how I had to leverage on my network. I practically borrowed, you know, most of the things that I'm using. You know, thankfully, I have been able to get some few, to the glory of God, you know, which I'm very happy about. You can check out my ring light unboxing. Yeah, you gotta check it. You gotta check it, where I was talking about celebrating your small wins and little miracles. All right, so then I had to, you know, I'm still doing that anyway. It's not like I've really gotten most of the equipment I'll be needing, but filming J is one major challenge, guys. Yeah, you need to check my Instagram channel. All through the time I've not really been on YouTube. I've been dropping shorts on YouTube, but I've majorly been showing up on Instagram. All right, I'm going to leave the name right here. So for the background I make use of, this is not my house, it's a family's, bless their soul, where I, you know, still have restrictions to what I can do, but thankfully power supply is not a challenge here. But then, you know what is very unbearable, guys, is when you just have this very quick idea that just pop or drop, and you have no platform, you have no actual means to just quickly, you know, just pop up in front of the camera and just drop the content. You know, that can be a little frustrating, right? I can only film majorly while I am here, and the process of coming, you know, getting to scatter everything and rearrange just to make sure that I'm able to film. And you can imagine me singing, I shall overcome, I shall overcome. Another major challenge for me is that I run a 9-to-5 job. So for Lagosians, you know that 9 to 5 is really underrated, because 9 to 5 is practically not 9 to 5. I mean, it's an experience of you waking up very early in the morning, you're out on the streets, on the road, and you're not coming back home until God knows when. Either you close by 5 or you don't close by 5. We all got be in the traffic together. You know, and that's like, you know, I just feel like that tag, that 9 to 5 tag, is so underrated. You know, having to go to work, you know, every day through the week, Monday through Friday, actually, because please, I really love my Saturdays and Sundays, right? All right, anyways, that's the time I really get chance to, you know, be very involved in church activities and the likes. Yeah, so it's something I feel like is so underrated. I mean, and guys, I really want to advise, that's, you know, that's the first tip I'll be sharing, that you need to guard your mental space. Like for Lagosians, you know, the average Lagos guy or babe, or either, if you don't guard your mental space, like if you don't guard your mental, what I call it, mental space, mental health, mental everything, you get so worked up and you just be like, God, what's this? I've been to work since morning, I've been staring on this system, I've been and some driver is just, anyway, let me not go into that, so that some people will not come for me or you start dragging me. But then 9 to 5, you know, the job, having to balance, yeah, I think that's the word. I was telling somebody today, I was like, you know, even in the midst of everything, priority really matters. All right, you know, you could choose to maybe place some things in order of preference, like in economics. And there's this word called scale of preference, yeah, in economics, right? I'm not an economist, but anyway. So and you kind of place priority on what you should be doing at a particular time. Yeah, you go to work, yeah, you come very late, yeah, but there are times that, okay, if it's even at least some measure of rest, like very small, very little, but then it's very, very helpful. That will not make you have to go to work and you're not really able to give your best. So I mean, that's the reason why I could say, okay, I can try to film. Today is a Saturday, yeah, on a weekend, more like that. Like everything has to do with intentionality and being able to create a balance. Even though I have a brother who says something like, I shouldn't say I can multitask, right? He mentioned a word, if I remember I'll put it on the screen, that's what I should rather say. Because really, I don't know, maybe for ladies today, I was like, really, tell me this thing about multitasking. Tell me you can multitask, and why not telling me you can multitask? Really, because I'm somebody who I can really, really, like, there's this way I believe that it's just, I mean, will I call it God's grace? Like having to do this and this and this and this at a time, in any case, I make sure that, because most of the time I learned that why females do that, it makes them less productive. All right, not having to focus like maybe men do, rather, not having to focus while doing one thing to be able to achieve, to its maximum, the full result that they were trying to attain in that thing. But then even while doing that, I'm just making sure that, okay, the very important ones are the ones I'm doing at the moment, even while I'm maybe still seeing to the rest, in the background, something like that. So another very major point for me is not eating my channel goals. So for every month, and when starting out on the channel, I kind of have these goals that I highlighted, and even for every month, the number of subs, the number of views, the number of that and everything, which I know that is very good and works very well for me. But then after I started, it really did not, it doesn't always like maybe go as planned. Sometimes, there is something they call YouTube Studio, where you check the review of your channel, the content, the analysis, the number of likes and all that. And so, most of the times you just get there and you're just like, oh God, you're just discouraged. I mean, I put in so much work in this video. I really, God knows that. I know that it can be so frustrating sometimes that you start out on something and you start out on just as if you've gotten your line so perfectly, and you just have to just start all over again. And I did share with you guys on my first video on my birthday, it happened that I had filmed, and I was editing. I'd been editing for days because I knew, okay, this was going to come out so and so time and so and so date. That was on my birthday. And so it happened that at that moment I just saw that, okay, there was one editing app I used in editing. Yes, and I didn't mention I edit with my phone, guys. I really edit I don't even have a laptop to edit, so I edit with my phone. That's by the way. After using, and there was one editing app I used, and there was one I saw that, okay, somebody recommended on YouTube. I said, okay, let me try this out. And I now moved the video, the content, to the other one, and I just saw that, God, the frame size now that was supposed to be, that I was supposed to use to post on YouTube was not, I mean, that app literally cut it. Like maybe 2 hours to posting time that I had already announced. I told all my friends and everybody on all platforms, like, God, really was so frustrated. Like, I couldn't cry, but thank God I had already, I told people, I told them, I had posted, I had noised it, so much, and bless the hearts of my friends and my fams, all of you guys are so wonderful. They were even expecting, everybody was happy birthday, we're expecting, and then I just saw that it wasn't possible. I uploaded this thing and it was just, God, I deleted it. Do you believe that I had to take the raw content? I was not editing all over again. I couldn't cry. I could not cry, but then, yeah, thank God, because everything works together for good. Like Bible says that to those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Yeah, that's the tip. Let me just chip that in. But then I was grateful that I had to go through that process, because I really learned a lot from it, and that will lead me to my point that you can batch record if you're a content creator. Sometimes, like, if I come here, like, I can't really come here every time, because this is not my house. I'm grateful for the family who is letting me in, but then sometimes I just had to. Even when I post on Instagram, I kind of do some things and save it in the draft, and now make use of it when I have to. That's what we call batch recording. Like, you have to just record in batches, and you can always make use of them later. So that's why I said that all these things has to do with intentionality at this stage of my life. That's one thing I really told myself when I on my birthday. Even before then, I want to be intentional about the things I do, the decisions I make. There was a post I posted recently. There was something I posted, a content I posted on Instagram recently, and I said, I had this struggle while growing up to live my life based on the standards that people have set, or the things that people have really said about me, the version of me that they really wanted to see. And I'm grateful to God, because that's one thing, that's part of being intentional I'm talking about at this moment and this stage of my life. I'm sorry about the noise, guys. In fact, this whole video has its bloopers already. No bloopers at the end. So I had to tell myself that no, I wouldn't be that kind of person again. I begin to see myself in the light of God's word. I begin to see myself for who I really am. I'm not eating my channel goals, alright? Sometimes it can be very draining, it can be very discouraging, but then I knew the reason why I started in the first place, right? And that did not shut out the fact that I really appreciate everyone who finds my content very enlightening, or as the case may be, whatever it means to you, and who engages with it. I cannot overemphasize that I'm very and super grateful for the growth in about more than 2 months now. I'm grateful for the love, I'm grateful for the turnout, I'm grateful for every single, in fact, God knows that for every one subscriber on my YouTube channel, I'm very grateful for them, for every views. Like, I thank God for it. I'm practically like, God, oh my god, and I'm thankful. I really love you guys. Like, I love my audience. I love you guys. God knows that I really do, right? I'm really grateful for that. So I allow the very good part of it, like what I'm grateful for, to overshadow that which I feel like, okay, at the moment is not happening, right? Even though I know that it's a process. So yeah, for many new YouTubers, they be like, okay, I'm going to be creating one new video for every week, and I had to sit myself down and say, baby girl, baby girl. But anyways, the major highlight in this video for me is what I think that I mentioned in my first video, and that is discipline. Like, you showing up even when you have restrictions, you have many oppositions to showing up. I am being like, okay, this and that, there are many things, but regardless, we move. I like that word, actually. Like, we move. Like, okay, it's discipline. Okay. At the expense of my own convenience, at the expense of course, not at the expense of all the things I listed earlier: your mental space, your mental health, right? Your rest, your sanity. Yeah, your sanity. I know I'm speaking the mind of those in Lagos. Yeah, everything, not at the expense of all those things, but then I feel like you really have to be sincere to yourself, because to me, I believe that the highest form of wickedness to yourself is to be insincere to yourself. I don't even mind that anymore, the plane I'm talking about. The highest form of wickedness to yourself is to be insincere. Like, insincerity to yourself is a no, because at the long run, every other person might deceive you. But you deceiving yourself? No, it's not possible. So I had to tell myself, okay, this is what I can do, and this whole experience has really been like, yeah, fascinating to me, and I'm getting to grow, I'm getting to learn, and I'm grateful for the process all along, and I'm grateful for all of you guys. God knows that I'm really, really grateful for you guys joining this family. And with that, I've come to the end of this video. So until my next video, I hope to come your way. Of course, I'm promising that by the special grace of God, not by my strength. Man proposes, the Bible says, only the counsel of the Lord. I love that scripture so much. That shall stand. No matter what you do, only the counsel of the Lord in our lives, that shall stand. Thank you so much, guys. I hope I'll be able to be showing up consistently, by God's grace, delivering quality content to my viewers. I'll see you soon in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Kindly like this video. Remain Christified. That too. And for those who do not know, it's on my Instagram channel, my Instagram page. Christified means Christ identified, that you're modeling Jesus everywhere and every time, in every place. See you guys. Peace.